Welcome to another edition of the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with the head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick. Successful trip down the turnpike to Moore, 70-0. That's a unique score. You don't get those very often.
No, you don't, and it's one of those things where you score so quickly early. It's very tough to manage. Once it caves in, it's very tough to manage the score. You want our kids to play. You want everyone to have a good time. You obviously don't want a score to get out of hand, out of respect for the opponent. But our guys, when you're scoring in all three phases of the game, it's gonna happen at times. But I couldn't be more proud of our kids. We kept talking over and over and over about we get a chance to reduce the Edmond North trip. Where we feel like we were really flat. We didn't execute as well as we needed to, and gosh, those guys just took that to heart and played extremely well.
Yeah, plus you can't tell the kids who come in late don't play hard. You can't do that. Let's take a look at the stats, and you'll see the domination right away in this game. Union, of course, kind of running away with things, and especially when you start to look at some of the defensive numbers, 34 rushing yards for Moore. I don't know that I've seen a number that low in years.
That's pretty good. I will tell you that Coach Foster and the staff on the defensive side did exceptionally well during practice, and did a few things different in practice to create some competition within a Monday and a Tuesday, and I think it really paid off. Our guys kind of had an edge to them as they took the field, and really proud of them in the way that they played, and then passing yards as well. I don't think we gave up a chunk play all night, and so offensively we had 7 chunk plays, and for those listening, those are plays over 20 yards, and so we had 7 of those offensively, and then we didn't give up any chunk plays defensively. So you can see that's where all the discrepancy in the stats took place. And then, of course, penalties were a lot better, and then we hung on to the football a little bit better this time.
Yeah, 96 total yards for Moore, 395 for Union makes a difference. And some of your players of the game, the last guy we're going to get to is the guy I think I'm happiest for. But let's start on offense with your player of the game.
Well, player of the game offensively, Avery Alverson. I mean, just a guy that continues to play well, better and better every week. He does just an outstanding job. I think he had 2 catches the other night, and both of them were touchdowns.
That's right,
so that's a pretty good percentage.
Right, and then defensively?
Defensively, C.J. Harris came in relief there for Braden Spicer, who needed a rest for a week, and so having C.J. come in as a senior at linebacker, we really didn't drop off. I mean, he caused a fumble, made a number of plays, I think a couple of tackles for loss, so really proud of our senior C.J. Harris.
Yeah, 45 was almost everywhere. And then I'm so happy for this guy, Landon Wood, is your special teams player. Could have named Noah Rauschenberg, 10 extra points. He sets a Union record. But for Landon, he's like that guy that always gets 5 numbers in the lottery, but never the 6th.
Yes.
How many of his TDs have been called back, and he finally got one?
Yeah, and that stretches over his junior year
right.
as well, you know. And but Landon does just exceptional with his. One of our things we try to do in our punt block or our punt return is to try to get it 1 first down. Coach Davis does a good job with that, and we tell that return unit, hey, let's get 1 first down. Let's get 10 yards. Let's get our offense started with 1 first down. And so they really take that to heart. I think we've been able to do that most every time this year. And then, of course, we joke about Landon. It seems like there's a penalty here or there that has called back so many of them. That's one of the first things that I looked at. You start, scanning the field. Surely this didn't happen, but great effort out of everyone. Almost blocked a couple of those, but Landon Wood, couldn't be more proud of him. And you mentioned Noah, set a school record with 10 PATs, and that whole unit working together with him, exciting time for Noah as well.
Yeah, it was better for snaps and holds too, which was good to watching that. And believe me, I was looking for the laundry too the other night.
No doubt.
All right, when we come back on the first half highlights, it's a fast start for Union against Moore. That's next on the Union Football Coaches Show.
At Classic Chevrolet, we are 30 years strong, and we proudly support all Union athletes and their parents.
30 years of treating you right the first time with excellent customer service.
Affordable financing and an award-winning service department.
Show us your school spirit. Tag us at Classic Chevy Owasso on Facebook, showing off your Union pride. And we don't want to just sell you a car. We want to help you buy a car.
Classic Chevrolet in Owasso. Visit us online at ClassicChevrolet.net.
No matter how you play, or work, or live, life sometimes throws you a curve. At Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center, we help you get back to playing, working, and living your life. EOC, Tulsa's finest and most experienced provider of sports medicine care for over 30 years. Visit us at eoc.com.
Union fans, stay connected with your favorite team all year long with the official app of the Union Redskins. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Union Redskins athletic app will keep you up to date with all things Union. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Union Redskins. You can download it today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
We're back on the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with the head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick. Let's get right to it because there's a lot of highlights to get to. Talk about a fast start, Coach. You get a fast start coming out of the TP even.
Yeah, we came out of the TP and, exciting time. And, of course, being on a Thursday night, you want to make sure you start out right. And got AK back in there on kick return, and he wants to take it to the house. Great block there by Jack Sestock. Kind of opens it up there. And unfortunately, we had just kind of a minor penalty, but of course it's about a 60-yard penalty.
Yeah.
And got it called back, but really proud of our kick return unit, how they wanted to start the game.
Go right back to AK. He's not tired?
No, he's not tired at all. I think he ran about 160 yards here on the first possession, but great job there. Good blocking up front. Darius Boone carrying the football. I love the way the front side of that offensive line just kind of caved it all down. We were able to hit the cutback there a couple of times. Get the ball to AK to the outside and to the boundary. Picks up a first down. Really nice play there. And love the explosion out of Darius as he hits the end zone for our first score.
Yeah, you could see when he hit it too. He knew it was there. You just saw the acceleration.
No doubt. Well, there's PAT number 1. And Noah puts it through him, and we get the lead of 7-0. Defensively, come out. Obviously, got to try to stop the run. Our guys doing a good job up front. Love how the defensive front is playing so tough. Jordan Kelly in there, so difficult to block. Darius Murdoch back in there. We got Kenya Walker in there as well. Just that defensive front doing an outstanding job. Go right back to work, and as we talked about that punt team, put a lot of pressure on them, get a short field for our guys, and you see Keith Dorsey coming in for the first time at tailback. Makes a nice run, and then there's CJ right there with the touchdown, and Noah with another one. By the way, CJ ties career reception touchdowns with that one, and does a really good job, and I believe it's Michael Johnson that he is tied now for 33 career receptions with CJ on that touchdown.
Yeah, pretty good chance he'll break that.
Pretty good chance. So I think 6 games in a row CJ has caught a touchdown pass.
Kenya Walker, but
Kenya just getting after it, doing a nice job. And there's CJ with pressure down the field, and just off the fingertips, Landon Wood and Patrick Fields on the coverage. Great block by Avery on the outside to AK. And we get the swing pass out there, and AK chews up a lot of yards real quick.
Magically makes those guys miss.
Come back with Darius, those big guys up front, doing a nice job there. Gallegos is in there, Fort at center. A lot of guys on the front side, Mario, of course, Mr. Automatic right here, snap, hold, kick. Just those guys doing an awesome job with that.
Yeah, and that one even either looked like it got tipped or had a problem, and he still got it through.
Back to work defensively. Thought our guys playing well on the outside there. You see Cade Brown in there. And I think our guys are doing, Isaiah McGuire just doing a great job. We've subbed a few guys up underneath. And just got to love that with Nick Jones and C.J. Harris both in on forcing that fumble. It pops up in the air. And then Patrick Fields comes right in and scores very quickly defensively.
Yeah, it's great awareness by Patrick, and then once he catches it, you're not going to catch him.
Yeah. There's Isaiah again. Isaiah McGuire coming in, just doing a really nice job at defensive end. Had a great game. Excited about Isaiah and his extra playing time that he got the other night. Got good pressure underneath. Those guys coming in, doing a nice job. Adam Vermillion on the defensive line, getting a good job. Mason Givens, a young sophomore. You're going to hear a lot more about that man as we go through the next few years. Defensive front doing a good job. There's Jordan Kelly again, and there's CJ coming in with a couple other guys just doing a really nice job on the pressure. Got good pressure underneath, There's Pat Fields on a long yardage situation on 3rd down, runs him out of bounds, and they've got a punt.
And there's number 4.
There's our guy, Avery Alverson. Nice job. Catch number 1, touchdown number 1. Again, really nice job by Peyton, recognizing the coverage. And got a great view here. Reverse angle on the camera. And has a lot of speed to close out and finish that play as well.
And you may think, oh, it's just a busted coverage, and they didn't cover it terrifically, but he also ran a nice route.
Yeah, he did. Ran a great route, split the coverage, and good protection, and Peyton put the ball right where he needed to. Got Josh Peoples in there, defensive line coming in, trying to get in on the play. Got some guys that are coming in, forcing it to the outside there. Really nice job by Cam Watts, and then Cade Brown on that. Here comes the pressure from Cade. Got Tomlin in there, and there's Peoples right there. Good job coming in, just unfortunately young sophomore. Gets a hold of the face mask, gives them a 1st down. How about Raper right there? Those guys are fighting for the football, doing everything they can to make an impact. Awesome job by Corey, trying to play the option. The quarterback does a great job, a guy we kind of feared, and then Tomlin and Fields comes in and makes a nice play. Good coverage on the outside there by Alex Davis. And Cade Brown as well. Those guys doing a really good job. Here comes great pressure off the edge, forcing him to throw the quick pass underneath, and just not enough. They're going to have to punt the ball away. Great job throwing the ball to CJ right here. Got a chance to break that record on that one, and
thought he was close.
And got him really close there. Kind of a deal I think Coach Roepke had in the back of his pocket was. He's got a chance to, he knew he had tied it. Hey, let's give him a ball or 2 here on this drive and see if he can break it. Get the ball outside there. Does a really nice job to AJ Davis, Anthony Davis there on a nice catch to the outside. Going to try to throw a deep pass here to CJ. They defend it really well, just off the fingertips. And I think that pretty much ends his night, I'm pretty sure. Really close to that one. Here's Keith Dorsey coming inside, doing a really good job. Really proud of how the offensive line, Quentin Barnes, is doing. Those guys are playing really well up front. Good protection. We're able to kind of hit a little slant and go pattern there. And there's Avery with a beautiful catch over the shoulder.
And the kids need to watch that one, see how he used his body to get inside and then get back outside and shield himself. That's a brilliant
Doing
route.
a really nice job with this technique. Coach Joey Witcher doing a good job with those guys, getting those guys ready every week. There's Adam Vermillion in there at the defensive line. And then there's CJ Harris again. Great job. Love this play right here. We come in and we'll have to ask some stat guys. We're wondering, is that a sack if he causes the fumble and then goes try to recover it and turns loose of the guy? We had quite a debate about that, so it may have to have a stat guy figure that one out. But CJ comes in and get a 20-yard loss on that play. Cade Brown does a nice job of pressure on the quarterback. And then our front does a great job on the punt return of great blocking, and just let this guy go to work. Nice job, couple peelback blocks. Awesome job there by JT McLeod of deciding not to get the penalty, him and Trey, and just watch the celebration.
Yeah, and you see at the end there, Landon just kind of leaping across. He just wanted to cross that end line.
Any chance he could get right here. Got Sean DeBose in on that play. Good block right there. Kind of pull up, and you'll see Trey Thompson here at the end just make a great decision. No penalties in the special teams, and Landon it's so much fun to see such a great kid have success.
And number 7.
Number 7, you're good at math there. Coming right back on defense, and our guys up front, Dontez Chapman doing a nice job. Good to see a senior defensive lineman in there. Dontez got good job. Nick Jones off that edge right there at defensive end, kind of forcing the play. Got Sean DeBose coming in with a nice tackle there. Great job. Great job inside.
They're playing.
They are. They're playing really, really fast. Again, you got some subs in here. Tyler Carringer there, Dawson Prock, those guys doing, and then it's really good to see Nick Jones, number 17, guy that has shown a lot of promise, has got banged up early on and starting to play with a little more confidence. There's Alex Davis as well. Tyler, defensive lineman, chasing the football. A lot of effort being played there. Brontavious White, nice hitch hitch route there. Tyler Fisher throwing that ball in there to Brontavious, and good to see those guys executing well. It's Tyler again with a nice ball to the outside to Etrick Logan. Etrick's in there, and Kylan Tucker. A lot of those seniors that can play some good football, and give them an opportunity to do that here
Really
at
good
Moore.
decision to get rid of that ball there.
Got Cade Farquhar in on the punt. This guy's doing a really good job. Come back, ball's loose. And Jaquan Sanders, a corner, sophomore corner, comes in. And those guys do a really good job with that. Nice putting your helmet on the ball right there. I think that's the only one we coughed up, and you got to credit Moore for that. Ran a little bit angry after that too. I thought Keith did a nice job of responding to that. Good block inside there by Brock. Brock does a nice job. Taylor Barker in there with a great block inside, and that kind of springs him loose.
But you saw him double cover that ball too right there toward the
Yeah,
end.
put two hands on it as you're going through traffic.
So eight extra points there at the half. That's a public school math right there is what that is. And Union's up 56-0. There's not a lot of halftime speech at 56-0. You know a lot of guys are going to play, but I'm assuming your message is to stay sharp.
Yeah, we want to focus in. We want everyone involved. You know, when our starters are out there playing, our bench is right there. And when our bench goes on the field, we want our starters. We're in a hostile environment. We're on the road. We came together at 80 guys, and we're going to play 80 all the way through.
And that's the best teams do that. The best teams are all in. All right, so second half highlights coming back. Of course, we know who's going to win the game, but we'll get you the second half Union and more on the Union Football Coaches Show.
I'm not playing with you. I can bend a little bit. I can play a little bit. I'm here for you. I can see a little bit. I can see a little bit of you. I got a hold on you. You got a hold on me.
My name.
I got a
Alex?
hold on
Mine
you.
too.
I got a new swimsuit with glitter and fringes, and I got a case of the too many Benjamins.
Are you out of high school and looking for a career? At Tulsa Tech, you can explore exciting opportunities in IT, aviation, automotive, manufacturing, visual arts, and more. And Tulsa Tech offers a tuition-free scholarship for adults 18 to 23 years old. That's what I said, free. It's called the Accelerating Independence Scholarship. It's like fast-tracking into a career you love, can make money in, and a career with a future. Find out more about Tulsa Tech's Accelerating Independence Scholarship at tulsatech.edu.
Welcome back to the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with the head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick. Now the game's out of hand at 56-0, but in the second half highlights, you're going to see a lot of players you don't normally get a chance to see.
Yeah, we are. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we still want to play sharp. See Sean DeBose coming down inside at safety. Look at the great fit by Sean on the outside there. Dawson Prock as well. See Tyler Carringer in there at defensive line making a nice play inside. Dantes Chapman as well. A lot of fun to see these guys execute and do a great job. Jaquan with a nice stop there at corner, and then come back with the offensive line up front. We got Taylor in there doing a nice job. Rodriguez blocking very well. Cantu at center doing a good job. Just love the effort out of our guys. Just play from whistle to whistle. Kind of have an errant snap there, and love what Tyler does there. Heads up guy, making a great decision with that play. Come back in with our punt team, Stephon Forbes, young sophomore kicker. And, man, what a great punt. I don't think he's going to be able to outdo this one. Great job with that. Vontae Wilkins coming down, Trey Thompson and with the stop. So we get a punt down right there on about the 1 or 2 yard line. Come back to the outside. See Jake Rogers, outside guy, and Adonis Ballard there. They sprint out to the side there. And good coverage down the field. Peoples and Givens and those guys, and Daylon Figures with good coverage and forces a punt after a short field. Got Jalen Smith coming back in. Michael James with the big block, him and Blake Johnson up front, and junior running back Jalen Smith in there carrying the ball. Nice job here, threw the ball, nice pass there by Fish to Brontavious. Tyler does a nice job, and love to see, a couple of these guys, we've seen them in JV. This may be the first time a few of you had seen, but just a great job as those guys continue to to fight and play tough inside.
That's got some really good performances from your running backs here.
There's no doubt. Jalen running really tough. I know our defense sees this every time we go out there, but really proud of the way those guys, Alonzo Castro in there, an offensive line, just doing a good job. And, of course, Jake Henry in there as well. Those edge guys at tackle are playing really well. There's Isaiah McGuire, good pressure. Nice coverage there by Sanders on the outside. Get in here to the outside there. Josh Frederick forcing it to go to the outside. And then Harris there, coach's kid, does a nice job as Harris comes in and makes a nice play on that. Had a chance to have a bunch of coaches' kids in on the field there. I think we could have had 5 at one time. Never got that accomplished, but a lot of fun for our coaches to see their own kids out there, including myself. Good job, outstanding job throwing the ball out there to Mario Werner. Cade Farquhar does a great job. Good to see Mario with a nice catch as we go in. And Jeremiah Harding at tailback. I think we had 9 different guys score the other night. And Jeremiah Harding's one of those.
Harding, I mean, he was impressive. Now, I know that that's a tired more defense, but watch him run.
Oh, he runs with such an attitude, a very tough kid. Love the block inside there by Barker. And again, just running the ball very tough inside. Really proud of those guys. Got Jacob Fuller in there with a nice block there. Keenan Adami as well. Good kick out block to the outside there. It's a great job by Juan Mendoza on the kick-out block, and then, of course, Jeremiah goes in. That would set the record right there. We had, actually, at one time, we'd have 4 or 5 different kickers that had kicked 9 of them.
Yes.
And so the board gets cleared with Noah.
And he's still got a year.
That's right. That's very true. Nice job by Adonis Ballard at corner on that last play there, and, of course, our guys playing really well underneath. Got a great play. I love this play by Jaquan. Misses the tackle, gets up, chases it down, and still gets a tackle for loss. That's pretty quick, and that's a lot of effort.
Well, we talked about them playing fast. I also like that they're playing very solid. Watch how well they're coached.
Playing solid, doing a good job. Bajek and Vontae on that last play there. Again, those front guys in secondary, that was a good mixture of kids that were playing very tough. Playing with a lot of pride at the end of that game.
You know, and to see backups that are playing such good basic football. You saw a guy on an inside move, stop, get back to the outside where he's supposed to be. His eyes were in the right place, wasn't chasing the ball. That's focus right there. Those guys do that in practice every day. That's a key.
Well, you know, they're going against good people a lot too. You know, some of those guys are playing scout team for us, giving us a great look. They get in that situation. They want to show their coaches what they can do, and so proud of our staff for having those guys coached up. And then you never saw a situation where there's 10 on the field, 12 on the field. Our guys did an outstanding job.
Yeah, they sure did. All right, so Union wins at 70-0. We'll come back and get some great pictures up close and personal, and we'll take a look at next week. It's a rematch from a team that you might remember in the playoffs last year. That's next on the Union Football Coaches Show. One more time on the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with Kirk Frederick, the head coach of the Redskins. One more time for this week. Of course, Union winning 70-0 over Moore. Let's get right into up close and personal. Got some great shots here.
Yeah, we got some awesome pictures here, and just do a great job. You know, David Fisher does an outstanding job. Of course, everybody knows Dean comes as well, but Mr. Fisher's done an awesome job. Cade Brown there on that pressure. AK just had a great game. Love seeing the way he started the game out with a lot of intensity. Gave us a big spark on the night. There's Darius Boone carrying the football. High and tight, doing a nice job protecting it. Of course, the offensive line, we talked about them. You got Tanner Ford in there, Ryan Rodriguez. Those guys did a really good job. Good technique, back flat. All those things you try to teach those guys.
What a great shot of Avery's touchdown.
Great shot of Avery's touchdown. Nice job. I don't think the Moore administrator there in the back's real happy with it, but Avery, what a nice job. And then, of course, a really nice job there of JT McLeod and then CJ Harris as well on the stop defensively. And this is the one where they come off and they say, Coach, I didn't face mask him, you know. Yeah. But Josh Peoples is going to make a lot of plays for us, young sophomore defensive lineman.
Nate getting after the ball there.
Man, look at all those guys. You got Nate ripping it out. I think they called him down on this one, but Nate got pulling the ball out. And, of course, Landon Wood, what a great picture there. Was a receiver as a sophomore, and we moved him to safety, and he has just flourished as a senior at that spot. Jalen Smith, so proud of him, high and tight with that ball. Coach Brandon does a nice job. He and Coach Roepke, those running backs, and just proud to see some of those pictures and some of those guys having success on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Well, Thursday night, I guess.
Again, being coached well really has a lot to do with it. All right, you mentioned Thursday night. Let's back to Friday night this week against Norman North. Had a couple of really good matchups with Norman North last year. Know that they've lost some people, but tell us about them this year.
You know, the interesting thing, Coach Barnes was with us for 3 years and on 3 championship teams, and he went to Norman North with Wade Stanley, who's at Deer Creek now, and those guys were on our staff, and it's kind of Coach Barnes' team now, and he just continues to do a nice job, and especially offensively in the things they've done, and I don't think they've dropped off. They've changed the quarterback. This guy runs a little bit more than the past, but they're playing so well, scoring lots of points. I think outside of Owasso, who's scored a ton of points this year, Norman North has probably scored more than anybody. But Coach Barnes has done a good job. We played them twice last year. We understand maybe a little bit more about them because we've seen them, quite a bit lately. Yeah. But they've seen a lot of us too.
Sure.
So we expect it to be a tough district battle going into this Friday night.
You're at a time, and we get a week off in high school football now, I think is good, but you're in a time where it becomes a grind. Kids have to school and they've got tests and all that kind of stuff. How do you keep it fresh now this time of year?
Well, one of the things that we continue to talk to our kids about is at week 11. Are you playoff ready? You got 4 weeks to get playoff ready. It's those types. So within the weekly schedule of playing, Norman North, who's just going to be a great opponent for us, we're also talking about trying to improve, trying to get some of those AOIs, we call them AOIs, areas of improvement. The offensive line, what's one thing the coach is wanting that offensive unit to do? What's the receivers, what are they trying to improve on, the linebackers? And so our kids have goals each week within the game of improving their technique, and I think it helps.
Yeah, anything within many games within a game, if you will, to do what you're doing. And obviously coming up this week, being back at home is nice. You got an opportunity to play on a Friday night. Hey, that hadn't happened in a while.
No, you're right. It's been such a crazy year. And of course, homecoming this week. You know, there's all kinds of neat activities going on throughout the week, and excited for our kids. You want to be a high school student. You want to have that opportunity. You got the homecoming dance on Thursday, the coronation. So as a coach, it's awesome to have that type of schedule because by the time we get to game time, all that stuff's taken care of.
Yeah, homecoming dance. Kirk and I still don't have dates, so you can call us and we'll see about that. We'll see you next week, and we'll talk about hopefully another win on the Union Football Coaches Show.